All right, welcome back to Love Connection. Told you we'd be back in 2 and 2. Our next guest says she likes her men to be very wealthy. Let's say hello to Robin Gibbons. Hi, Robin.
Hello, Charles.
Don't ever call me Charles. I'll go off. So, Robin, tell us about this wealthy thing.
Well, Chuck, I don't want people thinking that I'm the type of woman who's only interested in the size of a man's wallet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are things that are just as important.
Like what?
Well, like what's in the wallet. Am I right? Thank
Okay. Well, Robin, last time you were here, you picked a man to go out with. Now you're back to tell us how it went. Let's say hello to Mike Tyson.
Hello, Michael. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Robin. How you doing, Chuck?
Hi there, Mike. How are you?
Well, I gotta say, I'm really ecstatic to be here.
All righty then. Robin, tell us how the date started.
Well, at first I called Michael, and of course things didn't go very well because he's just a boxer from Brooklyn, and of course I was a Harvard medical student.
What about you, Mike? What did you think of Robin?
Oh, well, Chuck, when I first saw Robin, I was ecstatic. I mean, she had this really tight dress on, you know, the kind with the push-up bra, and her breasts were like popping right out, like hit me right in the eye, you know? And as soon as I saw him, Chuck, I said, wow, I'm in love, you know?
Sounds like you two really hit it off. So where'd you go first?
Well, first, Chuck, we went to this lovely little jewelry store where I allowed Michael to purchase me a very lovely ruby, diamond, and sapphire collection and a matching car.
Sounds nice. Did you give Mike anything?
Lithium.
It made me feel really ecstatic, Chuck.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we know, Michael. We know.
So, where'd you go next?
Well, then we went to the most beautiful little wedding chapel where my mother was waiting with the justice of the peace, and we got married. Thank you very much.
Mike, what did you think of Robin's mother?
Well, I gotta be honest, Chuck, I wasn't too ecstatic. You know, I looked at her mom, the first thing I thought was, wow, this lady really needs a hair weave. And I'm sorry, Robin, I'm really sorry, darling, but your mom's head, her forehead is just way too big. And she just has too little hair to cover it, you know? But I tell you something, though, what really separates Robin from her mom is class. Because the Franks would still bother me because I had a boiled egg, too. And I kind of cut one in the car, you know? And her mom made a big stink out of it.
Ron, we're almost out of time. Tell us about the rest of the date.
Well, Charles, after the bank, the lithium began to wear off, and Michael went a little wild.
Oh,
Didn't you,
come
Michael?
on,
What happened,
Robin.
Mike?
Oh, well, Chuck, it was really simple. It was quite innocent. You know, I was in the parking lot picking up the car. I'm waiting on Robin and her mom. And I see this girl. She has a really nice butt. So I walk over. I go, hi, my name is Mike. And then I shove my tongue down her throat, you know. And this guy comes over and goes, hey, that's my mother. So I punch him in his gut, you know, and he started making little moving noises. It was pretty funny. He was like, oh, God, I'm bleeding internally. It was pretty funny, you know. And it reminded me of the Bone Crusher Smith fight where I hit him in his third rib and then tried to push his nose up into his brain, you know. I came in with a rib shot.
Whoa. Ding.
Down.
Ding. Wow, that was quite a date. Let's see who our audience picked for you. Was it Mike? John Kennedy Jr. or Donald Trump? They picked Mike by 41%. So if you two would like to go out again, ultimately Mike will pay for it.
Well, there is a lovely little fur salon I'd like to go to. Michael, I wouldn't mind.
What about you, Mike?
I guess it's all right, Robin.
Well, be sure to come back and tell us about it. Hey, Mike, maybe I'll see you on Scrabble sometime. Yeah, right.
Hey, ecstatic. EXKIT. All right?
Are you going to tell him he's wrong? Well, that's it, folks. I'm Chuck Woolery. Until next time, may all your dates be a matter of public record.
We can all only hope for the love that Mike and his love Robin shared. Let's go. Happy Valentine's Day. What's up, everyone? I'm Lorenzo. This is Surcam Stances, my comic book son. It's a little under the weather today, so please be kind with him. We do this thing every Wednesday, and we're being a trooper, and he's being a trooper, and there's a someone bought some books from the community, I see, and we're here on Valentine's Day, so good to see everyone.
Oh, this is the Valentine's Day book. I'll be wanking off directly after the stream. Cannot wait. Check out my Instagram post and give me a like because I thought it was pretty funny.
Yes, check out the Instagram. He's just ruling it on Instagram. This guy's getting viral.
Yeah, I have been killing it on Instagram. I've gained 1,300 followers in a month, which is crazy. It's not, it's small time, but for me, it's a big deal. So pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. So, man. All right. So, man, that's it's Valentine's Day. For some, that's very important. For others, it's just like, it's Wednesday. But if you're celebrating Valentine's Day,
my poor wife.
Oh, don't say that, man. Please tell me you got
it's hard for me to care. I gave her money. All right, that was what she got.
But she said, "Hey." Card. She gave her a card.
She said, "Hey, I'm short on this. Can you Venmo me money?" And I immediately sent it, and that's her Valentine's Day gift, as far as I'm concerned.
Gosh almighty. That and a bad cold. Happy Valentine's Day, dear.
Yeah, thanks to my son for that. Yeah. Did you hear about the parade today in Kansas City? You probably haven't heard.
Something happened there other than celebration? No, I have not.
There was a shooting at the parade.
Are you kidding me?
At the end of it, 9 injured, 1 dead, and 3 in custody. There's actually video on the internet of some kid tackling the shooter, which is fucking nuts. Like I game plan this scenario in my, you're a guy, you game plan things in your head, and I've had active shooter play out in my head, and I always am like, I try and game plan being the guy that stops it. But man, to really fucking do it is another level of balls that I'm not sure I have. So
you might not want to try that unless it's your loved one and your life is at stake.
It depends on this. There in those situations, it's like you're gonna die anyway. You might as well go out fighting. Like there was that one dude that grabbed the shotgun from him and saved everyone by doing it. It's like when these people are here to kill, it sucks, but you can't just let them kill. You got to go after them.
So this happened, I guess, at the end of the parade, after all the players are out of the way and all that. Okay.
Towards the end of the parade, I don't know the details as to what happened yet.
I'm sure we'll see it.
But now I know 9 injured, 1 dead, and 3 in custody. So
yeah, so I've been running around all day, and I try to avoid even listening to like Democracy Now on the radio because they're just talking about the whole Gaza shit show. So I don't
listen to music. I don't listen to the news at all.
Well, sometimes it's good to know. It's like, say, if there was a shooting downtown, you might not want to go downtown. You might want to pay attention to the news then, Well,
I got triggered today on the coverage on KCTV here in Kansas City. One of the guys, what did he say? He said, "This is unimaginable," and like this hot flash of anger just flowed through me. I'm like, what do you mean this is unimaginable? This is perfectly imaginable, you idiot. This is what happens here. What do you mean it's unimaginable?
This is normal.
We've been trained for this. We've been trained to imagine this since Columbine. So what do you mean? Like he was just talking, right? But it just triggered me. Like, what do you mean unimaginable?
just trying to just get people used to living in a place where guns are just proliferated, and it's a normal thing because they've all been paid off. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he's trying to convince people.
The gun debate is it'll never be solved because both sides have arguments, and they're never going to come together on it. And it's just
there's no need for assault weapons, first of all. And if they didn't even have anything more than a semi-automatic pistol for people in the private sector, that's fine. What the hell do you need it for? For the upcoming revolution, where you're going to overthrow the government, or you can protect yourself against these people I'm afraid of? No, get the fuck out of here.
That's what they'd argue.
All you need is bullshit. All you need is hunting rifles and revolvers and handguns. And you really don't need that. But I see that's it's too late to put that genie back in the bottle. So just let them have that. But AR, who the fuck needs an AR? Nobody.
The thing. After every mass shooting, we have the same dead arguments and rush to the same dead end actions. Like it's a pointless argument to me. But the only thing I'll say about it is that I have talked to people who don't recognize there's a line. Right. So I worked with this chick once who told me that private citizens should be allowed to own tanks. And so she basically made the argument that you could have your own private army and that we should have warlords like Afghanistan, which is just so for someone like that, there is no line, and you can disregard what I'm saying. But for most of us, we may disagree where the line is. Can you have assault rifles? Can you not? Can you have missile launchers? Can you not? Can you have fighter jets? Can you? We recognize that there is a line. It's just a matter of where is that line? Is it past assault rifles? Is it past tanks? Where is that line? But we recognize there's a line. And I wish that in all discussions we have about it, we start with that acknowledgement that we recognize that there is a line, and it's okay to argue about that line wherever it may be.
Yeah. You read 1 billion genies, right? 8 billion genies.
Yes.
Yeah. So no. Just like having a wish for anything you want. And every Yahoo and his mama should not have a fucking tank. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'm open to arguing about that line, but I'm definitely saying it shouldn't be past tank. It should definitely not be past tank. Wherever you argue it is, we shouldn't allow tanks.
What the hell are you going to do with a tank in the first place? What the upkeep of a tank probably is? Where are you going to park it? Oh, yeah, right. You get mad at your neighbor, just launch a missile at your neighbor. Take that.
Remember that movie years ago where that dude went rogue in a tank, and he was actually the good guy in the movie, if I recall correctly.
I do kind of remember a movie like that. Yeah, well, back too. Yeah. Was it Hillary Winkler or something? I don't know. Somebody.
What up to the chat? We've got Wellbore in here.
Yeah, let's talk to the chat, man. Fuck
I'm starting to feel a little bit
Yahoos.
Good. We got Janet in the house. The lovely Miss Janet is here. Good to see you. We've got John Stout, Fatty Boom Batty. Check my man out on Instagram. Good to see you, homie. James Lang is here. What's up, my dude? 80s guy, my flavored whiskey brother in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Who else we got? We got Peter Ray Gada. What's up, Peter? Thanks for coming through for us. We got Sledhead in the hizzy. We got Dynamite, who really enjoyed that Living Color skit. And we got my man, CJ, my fellow troll, my brother
Dynamite.
troll. I love you so much, CJ. Good to see you.
You're welcome.
Man. CJ's in the house. We got Larry Love. What's up, Larry? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Brian LCS, the man behind the CBC Awards, is here. Looking forward to getting that one geared up again. We've got Sleepy Reader 666, who's, I'm going to say right now, his username does not check out, guys. All right. It does not check out. He's really a nice guy. He's not the satanic.
The complete opposite of that.
He's not the satanic fellow you might get to read up. What's up, Damien? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. As always, man, the chat is popping off. We got Hooked on Juno. I tried to send Hooked on Juno some books, but he said he's into omnibuses and stuff. So we got to figure out what we got to figure out what.
That's a lot of shipping for an omnibus.
So
own an omnibus.
So instead of sending it to Hooked on Juno, I actually included it in the slab that G-Spot won. So those got mailed today. Will He Survive and Comic G-Spot. Robert Galvin You both are getting your stuff today. Look for that. I will send you tracking actually on Instagram. I've just been sick all day, so I haven't actually got it to you. We got Stapled Spine in the house. Thank you for joining us, my man. The PNW is here and representing. And look at this. We got a little new name in here. We got E-Man, World of Geek. This is a shout out to my San Francisco 49ers brother. Great game, spectacular game. I would like to talk shit, but there's no shit to talk, man. The Niners brought it. Brock Purdy, anybody who says Brock Purdy is a game manager can kiss my ass. The dude had ice in his veins the whole game. My fucking sphincter was tight as fuck the whole game because Brock was he played so well, man. And just a great game, man.
I don't think a game manager is an insult. I mean, the game managers have won Super Bowls. I mean,
I don't
he
think
did a damn good job.
I don't think
he's not an elite quarterback, but he's damn good. He won't make mistakes. I mean,
I think
Joe Flacco,
he can be an elite.
He
can be an elite quarterback. He's going to be an elite quarterback. I think.
If you put him, if you took away Debo and Christian and those folks, you think he'd still be an elite quarterback?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
And we'll see. Right. There's a lot of people who feel the way that you feel, but I especially after this season, especially after that Super Bowl game, I believe in Brock Purdy. Yes. Now, could they have used the Patrick Mahomes? Yeah, they could have used one, but that's
who couldn't.
That's my quarterback.
Couldn't. And you know what? Let's put a big bow on this the whole NFL season and your glorious championship for your dynasty of your Kansas City Chiefs, which are. Man, they are all the shit and more. All that in the dime sack.
It's good. I've been telling everybody. I've been reading social media. All the Kansas City Chiefs hate, and it's just making my dick hard all day long. Guys.
The wind blows that makes your fucking dick hard. Tell me something new.
Why is Taylor on my screen? Zing! I hate the Chiefs. Zing! Anybody but the Chiefs. Zing!
All right, Wayne.
Swing!
Jesus Christ. Yes. And talking about your wonderful Hall of Fame quarterback who was just the best thing ever. I'm so sick of people comparing Caleb Williams to that man.
I don't think they're comparable either.
That man, Patrick Mahomes, is a fucking unicorn among unicorns. Okay. I was telling Janet, look at this fucking guy. I mean, he's a great athlete, but he's not super fast. It's like he's using witchery to keep guys off of him as he weaves through all the defenders. And he does what needs to be done when it needs to be done. Need a 60-yard pass on the dime, got it. Need me to run for 20 yards on the fourth down, got it. He just does every fucking thing right, man. And there's nobody like him.
And this is why Brock Purdy is not a game manager, because that is the difference between Brock Purdy and Mahomes was that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady ability to come to the line, recognize the defense, make the right call, and respond to what the defense is doing. There were multiple times in the game where Brock Purdy should have checked out of what he was doing and saw what the defense was doing, and that's going to come to him. He's still a very young quarterback. He's going to get there. He's going to make that check, and I think he's going to win a Super Bowl if Mahomes lets him anyway.
If Mahomes lets him. I mean, God forbid if he gets hurt or something, but I can't see anybody getting past.
Can you highlight? There it is. Swing.
Oh God. Oh my God. Man, you should bottle whatever it is in your blood and then sell it to people, man. Just like it'd be like some kind of a thing. Yeah, Purdy didn't lose it. Yeah, he didn't do anything to lose it. You're right. Hey, this guy. Mahomes just won it. I mean, he would have beaten anybody. He may have beaten Brady, at that point. This guy is just so fucking awesome, because Brady can't do what he does. Brady was one of the greats. But
I don't think Purdy lost it, but you could argue Shanahan lost it. Taking the ball in overtime was not the right decision. And anybody who thinks about it understands that's the case. You can't give Mahomes 4 downs to go get the touchdown. You just can't. You just can't. If you give Mahomes 4 downs on his last drive, it's game over. And I was pretty sure it was game over. Like I thought we might kick a field goal, but I was pretty sure. There was two plays, Dynamite. There was 2 plays that changed the course of the game, and I don't think we win without them. Is number 1, the muff punt, the punt hitting that guy's ankle and becoming a live ball for us, and us getting that early score. We needed that. We desperately needed that
y'all
play.
needed that. Yeah, you're right.
There's the blocked PAT, which allowed it to be a tie game at the end instead of allowed us to kick a field goal at the end instead of pushing for a touchdown, which maybe we win anyway. I don't know, but that was very huge. And then the last play, God, I'm blanking on his name, but our DB McDuffie getting that blitz, stopping McPurdy from being able to get that easy throw for the easy first down. They get that play, they kick the field goal, game's over, we lose, absolutely no question. So 3 plays right there, which were absolutely crucial. But I think 49ers taking the ball in overtime was a huge mistake.
Man,
Huge
man,
mistake.
their D, KCD is all that and more. Oh my God, it's not to be. How many times have he literally? He was like a blocking the rim in basketball. It's like boom, it was in his hands. It was.
We got to sign. We got to sign Jones.
That's defense, baby. Man,
and we got to sign Snead. But other than that, most of that defense is on rookie deals. They're all young. And we won't be here for a while, folks.
We'll be there for a while.
You think, anybody but the Chiefs, get used to it because we ain't going nowhere.
Hey, the road to the Super Bowl runs right through Kansas City from now on, henceforth, and forevermore.
Four out of the last 5 Super Bowls. 4 out of the last 5 Super Bowls is insane. The fact that the Bengals went instead of us is absurd. We should have beat the damn Bengals that game and been 5 out of 5, honestly. But like Mahomes with 4 Super Bowls, 3 wins at 28, he hasn't even gotten to the cerebral prime where he knows every damn thing that could potentially, that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady prime where they just understand. And if they get the ball at the end of the game, it's over. It's over. When
their knowledge is better than their physical ability. And he hasn't gotten to that yet.
We're just getting started. We're just getting started. And it's amazing. I have been so blessed to be a Kansas. I moved here in 2009 and to experience the World Series in 2014, then go right back in 2015 and have that excitement. If you watched those runs, they were absolutely some of the best sports runs ever. Like just the game against the A's where we barely won, like just an amazing run those 2 years, and then to go from that right into the Mahomes era. I say to my friends all the time, we've got to appreciate how awesome this is to be Kansas City fans right now. Let's just enjoy our time, man.
Yeah, well, all right. Well,
can I brag about my finds today? I just want to brag about the
yes. Oh, yes. That's enough KC worship. And I'm lucky you guys that have it. God bless. But the rest of us are getting very depressed. So we're I
had some money burning a hole in my pocket. I did not intend to spend this much money, but I went to Half Price Books in Westport here in Kansas City and checked out what they got. Opened up their special books bin that you have to get them to unlock, and there were some gems in there. Found this Electra Frank Miller cover, $10, and this is a 9.0 plus. I opened it up, I looked at it. This is near mint, guys, and I got this bad.
Wow!
For $10. Couldn't believe it. And this Frank Miller cover is classic. So this one's definitely going to get graded, no question about it. It's a 9. And then the other one I found, First Punisher Daredevil.
Yeah, I've got that one. Probably not in as good a shape as that though.
This is another 9. This thing is clean. It may not be a 9.8, but it's a 9 for sure.
Yeah.
And this one was also $10. So just incredible steals today. I filled some Fantastic Four holes that I'm missing because I'm slowly I've been trying to get the Fantastic Four final or the volume 1. It's an impossible goal, but I've been going for it. So yeah, hella steals. I wanted to show
those. Brother John, good to see you.
Yeah, all right, on to your books. Nothing might be yet.
Yeah, good for you, Jack. He's going to be teaching this class, man. That's good for you, man. This guy's so entrepreneurial. How many jobs you got, man? You like the guy?
3 jobs, man.
The lazy bum. You only got 10 jobs.
That's another classic in Loving Color skit.
Oh my God, I know.
I was just thinking how when you were showing that skit, I was like, man, Jim Carrey is just a goat, dude.
Isn't he? He nailed Chuck Woolery. Everybody who knows Chuck Woolery knows he was nailing this shit.
For him to be on that Black Variety show, the white guy on the show, and to just shine the way that he wasn't a bit player, he wasn't a a token in any way, shape, or form. He
Not
was
at all.
every bit a piece of that show, and many times the star of the damn thing.
And
it wasn't because he was white. It wasn't because he was white. It's because he was amazing.
Talented as fuck.
Yeah.
He stuck around to the end too, because he was already a movie star.
Respect.
But the show was over with.
Respect to Jim Carrey for that, because in those times they always leave the show and go get bigger, right?
Always they get kind of big.
I love Jim Carrey.
If you're on SNL, you get a movie deal. I'm out. Fuck all of y'all. I'm out of here. First year, I'll take that movie deal. Yeah. So other things in the news is I know y'all probably talked about it to the no ends yet, but get to the FF thing. But the Deadpool Wolverine, or is it Wolverine Deadpool? I forget which. That looks like it might save Marvel.
Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah,
I'm excited. You probably haven't seen Succession. I told you to watch it, but you probably haven't watched it yet. It's an amazing.
I've not watched the entire series yet. No.
But Tom from Succession at the TVA could not be more perfect. I am so excited to see him work there.
Oh wow. Okay.
That character, that actor, I hope he plays a similar character to Tom from Succession, because it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. The character Tom from Succession belongs at the TVA. He belongs there.
Yeah. I can see that, man. This looks like it's going to be. It's been like leaked forever, like rumors and stuff forever. The yellow Wolverine costume, Deadpool with his arms blown off or whatever. So now we're finally getting. Is there a release date given with that trailer?
I'm not sure. It should be here this summer, I'm assuming.
Okay, so sometime it would make sense to be a summer movie. Yeah, so that's when the biggies come out, summer and Christmas.
July 26th.
Okay, so yeah, well, maybe I'll mask up and go check that one out, man, because it looks awesome. It looks like a pretty good movie. And the other thing is the Fantastic Four casting, I guess, with my guy, the Mandalorian, as Reed Richards. I don't know the other cast members except for The Thing, which is a guy that's on The Bear, which is a show that I love. You can see it on Hulu.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch The Bear. I hear that.
Oh, The Bear is awesome. It is awesome.
The actor.
Yeah, the actor. Everybody on there nails that shit. Everybody on there is great. And if you love cooking like I do, it's like a double treat. You get to see all that stuff. But the main guy from that show is from Shameless, which he was great on that show. Okay, yeah. He plays this chef that's going through some things.
Yeah, the Sue Storm is from the Mission Impossible, and then I'm excited about the Torch because that's old guy from Stranger Things, which I love. Was Joseph Quinn? Absolutely loved Eddie from Stranger Things.
Which character was he again?
He was Eddie, the rock and roll Metallica guy.
Not the guy that hangs out with the little dude.
Yeah.
That's him. I didn't recognize him. Okay,
yeah, that's the Human Torch guy, Eddie.
Oh,
this is music.
He was the.
At the end, I don't want to spoil anything, but at the end of Stranger Things, towards the end, I was like, there's two people that nothing better happen to these two people. I don't care about anybody else can die, but these two people better make it. And that was Max and that was Eddie. I was like, I want Eddie to live and I want Max to live. Everybody else can die. I don't give a damn. I just need those two to live.
I know. Yes, Jack the Bear. That was based, I think, in a Midwestern city. You may have heard of it, called Chicago. Yes, absolutely. And let me tell you, it is so Chicago. It is so Chicago. It don't make no damn sense. It is like if you're from Chicago, you know shows that pretend to be Chicago. Like when they show the deep dish pizza places on the Super Bowl and all that stuff. Like yeah. But most people don't even like that shit. But this is really pretty authentically Chicago. It made me feel like I was back there again as I was watching. I recognized a lot of the stuff about it. So it's a good show and it's very, very hometowny if you're from Chicago.
Krasinski as Richards was great, but man, you can't be mad about Pedro. Pedro's been everywhere. He's been killing every role. Can't be
mad. Me too, Phil. But they gave him that one, which is kind of like an Elseworlds with Doctor Strange, because it was a different universe. And I hope we haven't seen the last of Captain Carter either. Wait, it wasn't Captain Carter. It was Captain Britain. It was Carter as Captain Britain, I should say. So maybe hopefully we'll see her again in that role if she wants to do it. Never. Never it. Exactly. We got that strange accent in Chicago. It's very what kind of Midwestern there? It's on 33rd and 3rd. That's where you can make a turn right over there. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, so when that comes through.
Thanks for hanging out, Wilbur. Always appreciate you, brother.
All right, good to see you, my friend. All right, let's get to these books here. So I go.
Yeah, he's leaving before we even got to comics. All right,
people got shit to do here. I forget about that. Yes, we have lives, my friend. Man, what a stack! What a stack! As Fred Sanford would say, "What a rump roast!" All right, what I got first of all is Night Thrasher. That's my favorite cover from Davi Go.
Shout out to Beckerman. I know my man Beckerman's excited about this. New Warriors is
I
back.
know. Beckerman, where you at, baby? Yes. So Davi Go and Juni Ba, two of my favorite people with the same amount of letters in their names. It makes my dyslexia go crazy. Love it. All right. Got that one there. All right. Next Marvel is Miles, which is another one of these gang war things. It'll be over one of these days. But until then, I'll catch up on it eventually. Night Thrash used to be my stage name. That's awesome. This stack was giant. I don't even know how many I got in this one, man. Probably got close to 20. This one it's from a couple of weeks ago because it's Avengers Twilight #2. I just didn't have that A cover. They still had one, so I picked it up.
That's cover price is telling me that's an expensive book. I have cover price. I don't cover price in CLZ. I have it integrated, but I don't really like it because sometimes it overvalues books. I'm like, why is this book so high? This book was like 20-something, 30-something in CLZ. I'm like, that's bullshit.
Wow. I should have bought the second one I saw on the shelf.
No, it's BS. It's BS.
Yeah, I already got a B cover, which I like better, but I just got this because it was an A. I didn't have it. So I love the series, though. Love the series. And
a lot of hype for that one.
Yeah. This and all the Ultimate books, and this one here, which is an Ultimate book, which is just sitting on the shelf still. I just sitting on the shelf. I'll take it. This Black Panther cover.
That's a nice cover.
Yeah. This is Ultimate Black Panther #1, and they still had their 1 for 10, which I also picked up. It was like $15, a little over ratio. But for this hot book, I don't mind. Plus, I love these what do they call these design covers anyway. So this is definitely for the collection, not to be flipped.
James, I don't know if I would say it's total BS, but it does get things wrong. It's not uncommon for me to do an update on values and for it to overly inflate the price of a book. And when you see it, it's bull BS. But it's very common for it to do that. So I do kind of hate it.
That's a good point too, Phil. Maybe they just report, hey, we just call them like we see them. We're not making it up. Just like people pay too much for that book, and here's one of those prices. So maybe they're averaging it out, maybe. But
well, I wish I was the one selling these books for those prices. That'd be
Tell me about it. Batman. Have you read number 142 from last week yet?
No, I'm behind on this. I'm always falling behind on this one. I can't even remember where I'm at. Actually,
I had to read that one because I was looking it up last night as I was doing prep for the show, and every review of that book was spoiler alerted. It was like spoiler. Like, okay, I better read this now before somebody just spoils it for me completely.
Just ruined it.
Yeah, so I read it and it's kind of interesting. I like it. I think it jumps in time in different times. I think, but it looks pretty good. So this is going to be.
I love that cover.
Yeah,
I have this whole run from 86 on, and on one day I might go back and get one through 85 just to have the whole volume 3.
Yeah, I think there we go. I'll get you back in there. My other DC book only got 2 for some reason. This was from last week. Suicide Squad Kill Arkham or whatever. Kill Arkham Asylum. For some reason was in a poly bag. I took it out of the poly bag because there was no reason for it. There was no code. I don't think there's no code or anything in there, but
that's not the purpose of poly bags was our way of saying, hey, this is a 9.8. But that way is with the CG slab. So there's no reason to keep it in the poly bag.
No,
absolutely no reason whatsoever. I don't know. That said, I do have some books still in the poly bag because I just can't bring myself to bring. A Superman book from 1990. It's been in the poly bag. I was like, I can't be the one to stop this streak.
I still got some of those milestone books from that era, and
I have Icon #1 still in the bag.
Yeah, and the bags are like literally rotting away because they're like cheap plastic, that I made to last. They're probably just deteriorating and shit. Oh wow! So Tech Comics 1081, excuse me. Don't know where this is going, but I know it's a Ron V driven book, and it was weekly for a while. I think it's back to monthly now. Thank God. Oh, another DC. Sandman, baby. Sandman number 5. I think this might be an ongoing series. I want to do my best. I'm not going to drop it. Hopefully it doesn't get canceled. But I think the world needs.
Still on it? Is Tynan writing it?
I wish. Who the hell is writing this? Another person. Vendetti. I forget his name. Robert Vendetti, I want to say. I could be wrong, but it's a very well written book, and the art's good too. Because sometimes you get like a D-level artist on this book, but this is his style is kind of cartoony, but it's very nice. Until the indies, which is why we're here, and one of those is going to be Creep Show. This one shot by Joe Hill, Wolverton Station. Man, I love that. I love me some horror one shots. You know, I love one shots of any kind. It's like, I just read it and I'm done with it. No obligation. I'm very hard on out with the with the commitment. You know how that goes.
I thought about getting this one, but I had so many books this week. I left it on.
Is it blinding you, Phil? You blinded by the light? I love the color blue, if you had not guessed. Love me some blue. All right, also from Image is the Infernos. I got the B cover here. This is the one talk about secession. This is for many people liken this to a supernatural secession. So I guess I better get to reading it.
It's the Antichrist, right? He's trying to figure out which kid.
Yeah. Who's going to inherit all this demonology, evil stuff that I have built for you? Which one of my ill-gotten, rotten, useless, good-for-nothing offspring will be inheriting the next thing? Did I lay it on too heavy? I don't think so. All right, another one was last week's penultimate book, The Cabinet. This young lady who, I guess, unleashed some stuff, and it cost her parents. Oops. So this is my favorite cover too. I think this who's the cover artist on here? I forget the cover artist, but she's very, 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 very very good, and she's one of my favorite cover artists. I have so many.
Robbie, I was thinking about that one, but Robbie did not give it a good review, and that pushed me off of it.
Well, I'll take a look at it anyway, since I got it in my hands already.
Yeah, that don't mean it's bad. Yeah, that don't mean it's bad at all.
I know. Transformers number 5. I'm not sure what this. I think this is part of somebody's. I don't know what I'm looking at here, but I guess this is an important thing that that Optimus is looking at right here on the ground. Just part of his. I think this is somebody's like gun thing from one of the Transformers, but I don't know them all by name, so I'm reading the book, but I'm still learning. But it's a very good book. All this stuff in the Energon universe has been good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to read that one in trade. I want to read it, but I'm just going to do trades on it.
Hey, the issue one that you're in love with here, The Deviant, which I agree with you, is a very good book, and I think this is the last one for a bit. This
might be my new favorite book. I mean, it's hard to put it above Something Is Killing, but
I know.
Really like how this book is started. I'm super interested.
Thank you, Juno. That makes sense now. I get it. Okay. All right.
Highly recommend The Deviant, guys. This book, the way it's set up, it's just like a movie, man. And the thing for me is like for me to be interested, you have to create questions that I desperately want to know the answer to. And that's what this book is doing. It's creating questions that I want to know answers to.
It is. I mean, that man can write. There's no question about that.
He's killing it. I feel like this is his best writing that I've seen. I've seen great writing from him, and I feel like this is the best that I've seen. This may not be my favorite book, but it might be the best writing. Might be my favorite writing.
And he's got a lot of plates in the air right now. He's doing a lot of trickery. He's got a lot of books going.
I need to read the next issue, Sledhead. The end is very excellent. I
know.
I am fascinated with so many people in this book. I just can't wait. And honestly, it'll turn some people off, but the way in which he's writing the main character and his boyfriend, just their relationship has been really interesting to me. Because I don't often get to see like an authentic gay relationship like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see the surface level, but like the
Sure.
deep, they're just a normal couple like me and my wife are kind of stuff. I've enjoyed seeing that stuff.
Sure,
So.
sure. And it's great for people who don't know anything about that, that life. If you're just open, and like me, I would, I want to be, an ally, but I don't know a lot about the community. So if I can take a peek inside,
Yeah,
from
I'm an
who knows what they're
ignorant
talking
ally.
about. Yeah, me too.
I don't know
so-
what I'm doing, but I'm on your team.
I know. Don't shoot. I'm one of you guys. All right, another one that's great is Our Bones Dust. I've heard this one is the end of this one is very good too. The end of the last one was pretty trippy. If you're not reading this, man, find this somewhere or trade it or something. Get a trade of it. This is excellent. Real quick read and just so well done. Moving on, just halfway through. All right, dear editor, a former penultimate book, number 1, which I think I reviewed last week, the week before last, I forget which, but interesting book, very interesting book. I'm hoping that he does. I'm hoping he doesn't.
Questioning why does he need to be a buck?
Why a deer? Why a deer? Why not a deer? Yes, indeed, James Lang. So I hope he doesn't end up on the roof of somebody's car or mounted to a wall or something. But we can only hope.
Oh, look, this book still has the tattoo in it.
Which one is it? Is that the
Fantastic Four 252, the Sideways book? This has been a hole in my run for the longest time. I was excited to get.
Is that the same tattoos that Hobgoblin book has in it?
I have no idea.
Look for free or some shit.
Lakeside tattoo samples. Wow, they're still in here even. That's awesome.
That means it's complete.
Yeah.
Great investigator. Yes, dynamite. All right. Me a name I call myself. Yeah, there you go. This one, masterpiece by my guy Brian Michael Bendis. This is a make or break right here. I agree with Frank, who was one of the proprietors of Danger Room. He likes it, but he doesn't love it. I feel the same way. I mean, you almost had me like, yep, sign me up for it. No, I'll give it one more issue, because there's just some things that just don't put it over the top. But I want to give this guy a chance, because I love his work, and he has such a great body of work, and I know he can write, and he's got to get it back. It's like Steve Sachs, who couldn't make the throw from second base anymore. He's got to get rid of the ips. He got the ips right now. In his writing. He's got to get it back together again. Yeah, man. That's what. If he's not, back with one of his better artists, man, that doesn't spur it. Here's another one of his artists right here from Powers, Michael Avon Eming, who is writing with James, who is drawing for James T right now, who's got this book also in the air. He's Blue Book is back, and I think, who knows, probably Win is going to come back, or some other James T book is going to come back.
I'm ready for Win to come back.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of good James T books out there. This is Blue Book 1947. So this is going to, I think, go back to the genesis of the modern UFO era. This is when the shit started to really, with all the weather balloons and all that stuff started to come up. Yes, it was a weather balloon that crashed. That's what it was. Believe that. Also, the Hollywood Special number 6 of 6. This has been a really good thing. If you can get this in a trade, or you can find the floppies for cheap, or find them laying around and you got some extra money, this is a good read. All those Dark Spaces books, they're not written by Scott Snyder. They're written by someone who writes in that style, and most of them are very good. All but one I've collected. Coming down to the end, I hope. Abbott, 1979. Haven't had a chance to read any of these yet. One of those books I'm way behind on, but since I think this is the final series, I want to have it so I can just binge on it and get it out of the way, because it is a well-written story. Hey, Abbott! All right, one more after this one. This is, God, what's the name of this book again? It's a virgin cover. I love virgin covers, but I can't tell what the hell the name of the book is when it's a virgin cover, and I forget the name, as I often do. The name of the book is The Displaced. The Displaced. That's what it is. The Displaced #1. This is like a variant. I don't know if it's any kind of special variant, but it looks cool. It's the only copy they have, though, so I bought that one. Man, Sledhead, you are just all over it, man. You are just this chat is, man, so knowledgeable. I have all the I used to have all the powers. And to your I know you got a lot of silver stuff and some really nice silver bronze books today. Just as it was rigging that big stack up for me, I looked down the case and I saw one of these. They've been buying a lot of collections lately. As I was there, someone was walking in the door trying to sell them a collection. So there may be even more there when I come back next time. This is one it's one of those square bound books. They give you like one news story, and some of the rest are usually reprints. I remember this book. I love that Medusa cover. Marvel Superheroes number 15. It's got a little schmutz there on the cover there. You can see like a little what do you call there? You can see it's a little smeared by the MARVEL, and there's some surface. I think it was stacked, and you can see a little bit of a shift. If I can get into the thing here, this way. So it shifted a little bit, and then being on the stack for so long, it transferred some of the ink from the other books in front of it, and a little bit behind it, but not as much as in front of it. But it's tight as far as the usually these things are frayed around the bottom because those spines are always the first thing to go. But this is a pretty solid book for like a 60-year-old book, and for what the price it says there, like $18, couldn't pass it up. So, man, that was my.
That's not a book you see.
Book.
It's not see that book.
I know. That's why I had to pick it up. Like, wait a minute. I've seen that for a lot more than that. I mean, I try not to pick a lot for those books. I try to catch them, but you can't anymore because those books are, like I said, 60 years old, and they're hard to come by in decent shape. I try to, if I can pick up a Silver Age book, or even a Bronze Age book, for a decent price, if it looks great, I'm buying. Even if it's like a Sergeant Furious Howling Commandos or something like that. I don't even read, but it's just like these books are just treasures, man. That's just, they're not making, always not making anymore, but they're hard to find, as you say. And when you find them, someday they're gonna be like Golden Age books. It's decent Golden Age books, except for maybe your occasional Woody Woodpeckers and stuff that were not banned during the Frederick Wortham era. Those are hard to come by. EC Comics, oh my God.
Yeah, I never see EC.
Oh my God, you never see EC Comics. One of my dreams is to go to a garage sale, and I know it's never going to happen. It's always like the Bears winning the Super Bowl. Go to a garage sale, and they got like a bunch of old EC stuff in their garage, and it's like, well, you got some books I'm just trying to get rid of. What do you give me for it?
Garage sale?
Huh?
Do you garage sale?
Occasionally, if I just
can't find it unless you show up. But yeah,
I do. You
sometimes.
Can find
some books that way, though.
I do sometimes. It was one down the street like a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago now. I think we were just walking 8.0. Yeah,
ain't great.
But I've been to maybe 2 since we've been here in Washington. But so many times, a lot of times people they've been on eBay. They know nothing about condition. They've seen prices, and they got everything like, well, I'll give you what on eBay. It's just $20 for this one, and it's like not even in a bag.
That was me.
It's all raggedy and shit.
Looking at my book, this book's worth $100. Not understanding that the spine ticks all down the side and the marker on the cover are all very big problems.
Yes. And it's not in any kind of a protection of a bag, board, nor nothing, Oh, right, for garage. Can't wait till it stops raining and tell me about it, man. It's a lot easier when you're not standing in a downpour trying to protect your comics you just bought. So, man, all right. So here we go. Let's do the reviews real quick. Let's see. Where are we? Here we go. Right. This week I'm only going to do 2. I meant to do 3, but I just haven't had a chance to finish the book that I was going to do it on. So I'm just going to just do, you know, the ones that I got here. So bear with me. All right. First one we're going to do is one that came out a ways back. I never got a chance to review that one, but I finally got a chance to read it. And it's called The Devil That Wears My Face. And it is written by David Pepose and drawn by the great Alex Cormack, who does this thing such justice. It's like it's literally a dark book, but his art is just haunting the way that he does it. All right, so this begins, I think, back in the 1700s. Actually, back in 1740 in Spain. And this first individual here is this landowner, and he's got this son who's just been going through priests like you wouldn't believe. He's possessed, obviously, and he's just like, yeah, bring me some more priests to kill. I love it. So this rich landowner, he sends word to Rome. And in Rome, they have this young hotshot priest, right? This young kid is just walking around, just exercising people in the street and shit. Like, yeah, he's so awesome. He's like the next big thing. It's like the Patrick Mahomes of exercising, of exorcism or whatever. So they're gonna send this guy to Spain to maybe, hopefully, get the demon out of this guy's son. This guy doesn't want to go to Spain, but he says, hey, he's a wealthy landowner, and quite frankly, Father, the church can use the money. So off to Spain he goes. When he gets there, he meets the landowner, and they're pretty cordial and everything. He's not like a total dick like many rich landowners and lords would be back in those days. And then there's this other woman there who's not a nun, but she speaks to angels, and she's in touch with the good side. And they kind of have a powwow with her and the priest kind of have a powwow. So what happens is that the priest goes in and I go, hey, well, I'm the shit. I'm going to go in here and just exercise this guy, and it's going to be great. And it doesn't go quite as well as he would like. I guess he's a little full of himself because he's done it so well before. But this entity is just like, hey, you must not know who you're fucking with here. I in fact am Legion. Have you not heard? Yes, I am Legion. So this guy there's some things that happen. I want to give away too much of it in case you want to read it. I'm probably going to give a little bit of away because I think it's on issue number 4 right now. So if you want to pick this up, you're probably a lot of it was given away in the synopsis. The father fails to exorcise the demon from the kid. But what happens is he ends up taking the demon home with him back to Rome. So who knows what's going to happen after this, because now that, the demon is now in the body of the priest, and the priest is in the body of that poor possessed empty soul back in Spain. Who knows what's going to happen? So pick up the first issue if you want. That's pretty much the summary of that first issue. But I think this is if I had known it was this good, I probably would have read it sooner. I blame myself for being behind on stuff. That's right. Yeah, that's enough, Herman. Yes, but this is if you're into this kind of dark thing, I'm looking at you, Jack. You may already know about this. Mad K makes some really good stuff, and this is one of those things. The devil that wears my face, and that's literally what happens in this book. The next book this just came out actually last week. It's the One Hand. This is from Ram V. It's written by Ram V, and the artist is Lawrence Campbell. So this one is about a detective. I love detective stories. This is a detective, and it takes place in the future. Put exactly the year it is. I want to say it's like 20 something 2873. So it's a ways in the future. And this detective, he's about to retire. He's about to retire from the force. And they're throwing him a party and everything. And he doesn't really want to retire because, it's kind of his life, just an old detective. What am I going to do? Because there's this one case that he just can't let go. And that case was the case of the one-hand killer. The one-hand killer would always just make these intricate marks on the wall in the place of the murder, in the murder scene. And he was just put a palm print as his signature. And they're assuming it was a man, you're saying his signature. So the detective's going through his exit interview with his with personnel or human resources. I hate that term, by the way. With human resources, and they're talking to him about how you feel, are you comfortable retiring, blah, 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 blah. And he gives all the right answers and everything. But he's at this party. He's literally at this party. They got this stupid looking blue cake made with fondant, which, first, what's the deal with fondant? Fondant is terrible. Fondant is the stuff that you can't eat it, and it's blue, different colors. What is the deal with fondant? Anyway, he's got a blue fondant covered cake, and he's like, what's happening? And it's like one of his fellow detectives and the captain are kind of like being hush-hush about something. All right, what's going on behind my back here? And they say, oh, shit, he's seen us. So he comes in the office, and they reveal to him, that's an awful cake again. It's revealed to him that the one-hand killer is back. And he's like, well, fuck the retirement, keep the cake, keep the gold watch. I'm not going anywhere till I solve this case. I don't care if I have to do it for free, damn it. I'm not leaving until I solve the one-hand case, because that has been bothering me for decades, and he just can't let it go. So, and in the future, apparently, the whole AI sex worker thing will be a thing, because this detective likes to spend a lot of time confiding in his AI sex work. I guess he doesn't have anyone in his life, so that's where he spends his spare time when he's not solving crimes. But he's very, he's very cordial to her, and he treats her like almost like a girlfriend, the girlfriend experience. And this is a picture of him and them in their room. So on the way out, he runs into the kids in the world, in the city, I should say, have found out that the one-hand killer is back also. So there's these kids out here who are just mimicking the one-hand killer's MO, doing the spray paint thing and trying to make a little a tag thing of the one-hand killer. And he discovers something at the end about the one-hand killer that you might be able to figure out, but I won't say, that he had not realized before. And that is the one-hand killer has 6 fingers. So that is going to be a big lead-in to the 6 Fingers series, which is going to run concurrently with this one hand series. So I think it's going to be every other week. One hand, then 6 fingers. All by Ron B. So that's going to be the deal, that whole thing. So overall, I want to say that this is good. I would definitely pick up the next issue of the One Hand, and I've already pre-ordered the 6 Fingers. So that's, and the future, detectives, artificial AI people, and hey, if you love all that kind of stuff, this could be for you. So yeah, this is the thing. And the last book I was going to review, I didn't get a chance to finish yet, is I'm almost done with this. Kill Them All. This was actually on Tom's list of the hot books or whatever, of the trending 20. I didn't get it as an investment thing, because I picked up this copy from this local, not local, but from this online bookstore that was just selling. This was I think $12 door to door with free shipping and everything. It's like a reading copy, and this is by Kyle Starks. This is one of the books that Kyle Starks wrote and drew. So he does. I think Trigger Keaton, correct me if I'm wrong, was also he drew that one also. I think he did. But many times, like with I Hate This Place, he worked with another artist. But in this one, he's actually he's drawing it, and it's really an action movie in a comic book, and I love stuff like that. So, and it's pretty witty too. As Kyle Stark just lets his hair down in this, and I hopefully have this finished by next week. It's longer than I thought it was, and it's a pretty nice book. So there you go. So 2.5 reviews, almost 3 reviews. I know 3 is a magic number. I hate to do less than 3. Ha! Indeed. You and me tonight. That's right. The one hand. If you got 6 fingers, that's an extra treat. There you go. All right. Do you pick a pumpkin patch in the farm?
That's an interesting thought. Like, what could I do with an extra finger?
Oh, you should not even think about that. Oh, thanks, Flathead. Dan Waters is right. Okay, that's kind of a lot right there to having to write both series. So yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, the 6-fingered man. Inconceivable. Hey, you'd be surprised how many folks have 6 fingers and 6 toes. Yeah, my man. Mad Cave is the bomb, man. Mad Cave always has I say almost all their books are worth looking at, and there's some like hidden gems. Me too. All right, let's go on to the
what's your favorite from them?
Gosh darn it.
I think it'd have to be Nottingham.
Nottingham is definitely up there with my favorites. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other that they've done too. There's something they did recently that I liked.
You've Been Canceled.
You've Been Canceled was good. Yes. I can't think of anything.
Project Reese.
Yes.
Another one that I was
Project Reese was good. Actually, this one I just did today. The Devil Who Wears My Face is it's another Mad Cave joint. So yeah. Bangers. Yes, yeah, there you go. We just speak of it, and there it is. All right, let's check out what's going to come up next week. I know the 6 Fingers is coming up, that's for sure.
Yeah, I guess I got I haven't read Skeeters yet, though. I need to read that one.
You haven't read number 1?
I had 1 and 2, yeah, and I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, I just picked up. Yeah, 1 was good. I think I did a review of 1 way back. It's been a while since number 1 came out. I thought I might have missed number 2. Maybe I did miss number 2. I just picked it up last week. So I haven't
January 20th. It came out last month.
Okay, yeah, I did miss it. I just happened to see it in the shop and I bought it. But yeah, that was Skeeters was pretty good. But man, I gotta tell you, man, the Batman thing. I don't know if I can even do this without giving a spoiler. I'm gonna try not to, because so many people.
I'm fine.
I know, but I hate to give out spoilers. Most of us don't like to see that stuff. But some people live for spoilers, or they like run in the shop and turn right to the last page as soon as they, before they even buy the book. Batman and Wonder. I know, man. Fly your own kite.
So Batman is bi-weekly, or it's every 2 weeks now. It looks like,
Yeah, well, it's
bi-monthly, I should say.
No. It's going to be for the next 3 weeks. I want to say it's going to be. They got rid of the spoilers. There are a lot of spoilers here before on this when I was here yesterday.
Oh yeah, I bought that today. It's weekly. Oh geez.
Yeah,
I did buy that today.
All right, so next one is going to be coming out next. This one right here is coming out next week. So
yeah, they're getting me. They getting me.
Yeah, you got Batman as a Batman almost year 1 again, and young Commissioner Gordon with red hair. So yeah, it's there's a lot of good stuff in there, man. I kind of like it. I like that Chip is still writing it, even though this is technically a break for him. The regular artist, so Jorge, is not on it. This Raza cover is kind of nice for that number 2. This is just a regular cardstock, but yeah, I mean, I can see Mateo Scalera. Yeah, that's kind of nice too. Yeah, I can do it for a while, like with Miles, and this for just a while. I can do the the weekly thing, but don't press it. Don't press it, man. All right, the next thing, of course, well, Nightwing. I know you still check out Nightwing. That's a very cool cover on Nightwing, on what Bats has got to do with that with that issue. But Ultimate Spider-Man, and I could not find a second printing to save my soul. I don't know about you. Did you see any second printings out there today?
I haven't even been hunting for that one. I missed out. Is
Yeah,
that one hotter than Black Panther, or are they the same? I only got Black Panther because Brian Hill. I didn't care otherwise. I would not have gotten it if Brian Hill wasn't writing it.
You would have missed a good story. It is a good story. I had a chance to read
That's why I didn't, because Brian Hill wrote it.
See, I couldn't remember anything that Brian Hill actually wrote.
Chariot is my favorite thing that he wrote.
Yeah, I never got to read Chariot, unfortunately. I got to get that in trade. But I do love the tone of that Black Panther. It was
yeah.
I like it.
Liked. I haven't seen anybody
like it.
who didn't like it.
Yeah, I like the tone of that. Okay, I like this. I like where this is going. And Ultimate Spider-Man is just probably the Spider-Man book that everybody has been looking for. That's probably why. So I can't really compare them, but they're two very good books. They're very different by different writers.
I like Jonathan Hickman. Okay, I respect it.
Yeah, Jonathan Hickman's writing this one. So what's this? It's Open Orders. Elizabeth Torque variant.
Second print at $300. What are you talking about? What?
Talking crazy.
Is there scarcity on it or something? I haven't heard anything. I guess I'm not up on this one.
I know you're talking about Ultimate Spider-Man, right?
He's saying the second print is $300 on Key Collector.
So I gotta get back into the thing here.
Which might be why you can't find it, is because that tells me that there's supply issues for it to be
that makes no sense. Usually second prints, I mean, even with that Black Panther first appearance of Tosin, the second print was only about maybe $20-$30 at its height. I can't see why a second print would ever be that much.
Wow, number one is $50.
How is one $50 and the second print $300? That makes no sense.
Unless I see it's 12. I have it as 12 here.
It's gotta be a mistake. Yeah. It's gotta be a mistake. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, anybody
unless I'm looking at the wrong second print. This second print is listed for 12. Oh wait, here's one for 300. Which one is this one? Oh, it's the MegaCon book. Is 300. Yeesh. There's a MegaCon exclusive that's 300.
That must be it. And the one for 25 probably is like pretty pricey too, but I didn't see any of them. I remember being in the shop last week and then people were on the phone talking about, telling people like, yes, we can't get that second print right now. It's probably so hard to get.
Apparently every store exclusive is 300. No matter what store exclusive it is, they have it listed at 300, which I don't understand that at all.
Well, the thing is, it's worth what you can get for it. That's what.
Yeah, but how have you ever seen it where every single store exclusive for a book was listed at 300? I've never seen that. Every Scotty Young's variant 300. All of the variants are 300. That doesn't make sense.
Well, if I just had money sitting around still on fire, I still wouldn't do it. Who am I lying to?
I would never.
I still wouldn't do it. Who am I kidding? I wouldn't do it anyway.
I'm not going to go crazy for a modern book like that.
If I was fucking Elon Musk, I still wouldn't pay $300 for that second print book like that. Never.
I honestly believe, and maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but somebody was talking about how their dad collected comics since the 60s or something, and they were able to buy cars and house through their collecting, right? Because their stuff just became so valuable. I don't think if you started collecting now, you could do that again. And I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think that books that we are buying now are going to be valuable like the books they were buying back then. I just don't. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, the word is out now. I mean, comics were still looked down upon back then, and people were oh, you're just an idiot collecting those comic books. Those are for children. And then people threw them away. My parents threw mine away, and they became scarce. And then nostalgia became strong, and and next thing you know, those books are rare, and there you go. Whereas now the print runs are so much higher. That's probably why. That's the only reason.
I mean, higher than when? And then they're not higher than in the 90s, that's for sure.
Not higher than in the 90s, but proportionally than when in the 60s and 70s, when those books that we love so much came out. There was not as many print runs, plus a lot got destroyed, plus a lot are beat up and stuff. But you're saying like they bought it, like they bought the house, or they bought this thing, they made this investment years ago, and they were able to make it pay off. No, it's going to be rare. I mean, even if you bought old books, like your Hulk 181s and such, you still wouldn't be able to do it. You got to pay so much for the actual book that it wouldn't mature enough. You know what I mean? You just be like, it would hold its value, but it wouldn't increase. Whereas you're like getting this huge return on them. So yeah.
I think the books we're buying week to week, they're just not going.
They're never going to be what those are. Rarely. I mean,
and he must be talking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
If 20 years, if Something is Killing the Children is as big a hit as it is on the screen, or something like that, and something with an equally low print run, it's got to be low print run. Huge demand. How you talking? Talking like 20 years, 30 years, 40 years? How long you talking?
Yeah, I truly don't think that Something is Killing the Children will be a thing in 10 years. Maybe 10 years, not 20 years though. I would love to be wrong, obviously, but I'm a little pessimistic about these things, I guess.
Well, the thing about Hollywood, quote unquote Hollywood, that makes all the stuff, they're always doing reboots. So even when they do the first version of SIKTC, there's probably going to be another version 20 years later, because that generation has forgotten all about it. There could be anything like this new generation, where if it's anything that's like more than 2 weeks old, is like ancient history, they're going to forget all about it. But who knows what would be back then? I mean, not back then, but in the future, I should say. Who knows what will happen? But we can only speculate.
Phil mentions that there's a second print that's a 1 in 25. That's probably the $300 a book. And Phil, I hope you're selling those books, because you probably can make some money.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a cat in heat?
Cat's always in heat. Kind of like you. Face. I like this. Who's this here? Elizabeth Torque variant here. This is another take on the Face It Tiger thing here.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, other than that, it's not a whole lot of. They're not known for a lot of nice, unusual covers with this.
Did you see that comment? I kind of like that. Hickman made Peter a dad or a father, but Chichetto made him a daddy. You see that first comment?
Yes. Funny. Yeah. Well, this is the book that everyone's looking for. This is the book that. And there's going to be another Goblin. Not really a fan of the Goblin. Oh, come on, man! It's like the Joker for Batman. Are you kidding me? You got to bring the Goblin in. You got to have it's probably the first appearance of the Ultimate Goblin for this run.
I need to comment on League of Comic Geeks more often. I never do.
Yeah, I just starting to do it myself. I remember you were telling me a few weeks ago, like, they're trying to get you to subscribe. Already subscribe. What are you even talking about? And now I finally, you mean to pay a subscribe? So I finally started paying them, and poof, the ads go away. So there you go. Thank God. No more ads. All right.
Wow. What benefits do you get besides no ads? Is there anything else?
You get some other stuff too that I haven't quite figured out yet. I think I have to figure out all those other things that you get. But to me, it's worth $2 a month to just not have the ads. Oh, that's all you wanted? Yeah. Here, man. Get this shit out of here, please.
Yeah, I really don't care, but I might do it just to support this site, because I do love this site.
That too. That's where I get, I don't know where I'd be without this. The preview site is like it's much more clunky, I think, to navigate through. So I have to start doing that whole download the what do you call it again? The covers again. And that's a pain in my arse.
$19 for a year. Fuck it.
I know, right?
Yeah. There you go.
You do a piecemeal.
You just sold them a membership. Good work.
You're welcome. All right. So the Incredible Hulk, number 9. Are you loving the Incredible Hulk? I am.
Yes. Everybody is.
Yes. And this
I love
whole
Philip Kennedy Johnson. He's one of my guys now.
yeah, man. He is in this coat of
Speaking of
many
which,
colors here. Woo.
one of the books I found today was a PKJ book, which I was really excited to get.
Greg Capullo.
Little Last God from Riccardo Federici and him. I don't know if you
What's
read this book. It's called Last God from Philip Kennedy Johnson, and Riccardo Federici is the artist, which his art is just so dope in this book. But Beckerman let me borrow the omnibus or the hardcover for this, and because Beckerman actually has a character in it. Beckerman's friends with Philip Kennedy Johnson, and Philip actually put a character named Becker in this book. It's like issue 4, I think.
That's awesome.
So that's really cool. But he got me to read it, and I really enjoy this story, actually, The Last God. It's a great story. The art from Riccardo Federici is fire. Definitely worth the read if you're interested in that RPG, Dungeons and Dragons type stuff.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah, so this is Nick Bradshaw here. Oh, wrong page. This one. Oh yeah. The Incredible Hulk. Now this is who's my man here? Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo cover. I like that one. Yeah. So and this whole horror thing is working for Hulk. I don't know about you. I'm clear for you, but I know some folks don't much care for it. But a lot of us love this horror angle of the Hulk, and the schizophrenic horror thing is totally working.
Yeah, Phil. Cannot preach enough how important it is to pre-order. Sledhead, absolutely start a pool with the money you save. I went to my LCS for like 2 years before I finally started a pool list, and it was foolish of me to not start a pool list. Because another cool thing about my shop is I have my pool list, but then I always add more books to it. But I still get the discount on all those because I have a pull list, which I don't think every shop does that, but that's super cool thing about my shop is. So every book I buy on New Comic Book Day, whether it was on my pull list or not, I get the pull list discount. It's the only way the early bird gets the worm in this comic book game. The people who wait for the day of are the people who are scrambling and overpaying. You want to be one of the people like Phil who are always locked in ahead of time before FOC.
There you go. Man, I'm always, if I'm not ordering it from the LCS, I'm on there, hopefully at FOC and trying to find stuff that's in open order. You know, the one for 25s and the other incentives, that's a different story. I mean, there's places you can order those, but you got to order them at a ratio though, right? So you got to order them at, 10
no,
bucks,
if you
$25.
If you pre-order before FOC, on T-Fall, it'll be like a 1 in 25 will be like 17.
Okay.
And then it'll be 22 after FOC. That's 1 in 25. So there's still the potential of overpaying on that because sometimes it's a 1 in 25. You could have got it for 17, but your shop's selling it for 10. That's possible. But it is the thing about finding the incentives on T-Fall is that it's not easy to. I just randomly go on T-Fall and search 10 copy and 25 copy and then filter it to pre-order and just see what's there because there's no alert or anything that I'm aware of that will make sure you don't miss them. So
yeah. See, with the incentives, I like to play that game to whereas maybe I'll be able to catch one from my comic shop at less than ratio price, which is I often do, very often do. You see in my unboxings, I'll catch a lot of 1 for 25s for less than ratio, 1 for 10s less than ratio. But
yes,
the bad part is you might miss it. You might miss it, and now it's worth more than ratio. So now what are you going to do?
In Space Case, you say that $3.99 book is $2.79. It's funny you mentioned that because last week I pre-ordered the House of Slaughter number 21 ash can. I pre-ordered it, so I got 2 of them for $2.79. And my LCS tried to sell me that book for $20. I was like,
I know, man. I haven't seen any of those in the store. Are they you see any more in the store on the shelves? I haven't seen
my shop had one, but it was for $20. And I was like, I have 2 of these for $6. I'm not paying 20 for one, bro.
I saw that book. I was just on my comic shop the other day, and I saw that book for cover price. So you can still get it, for cover price from a lot of places. I'll bet if you can, unless it's become hot or something.
Space Case, they're being sarcastic, but I'm with you. I think T-Fall packs just fine. personally. I like the way they pack. You do have to select the spec. There's a pre-order option that says, like, I forget what the option is, but you do have to, it's like no bend packaging or something. You have to select that, or the packaging could be bad, actually.
Dude, I mean, they're kind of.
I know you don't like
They're kind of.
You hate the packing peanuts. I don't have a problem with the packing peanuts.
I don't hate packing peanuts per se. I hate when they use them properly. You know, I've worked in shipping and I know how to properly use them. And then when they like just put them in, they just drop the comics in a box and put some peanuts in there and close the box. That's not how you do it. You know, so there's a way to do it. So, you know, watch my video on my channel, by the way, on how to pack comics. You want to find out about how to pack comics. Shameless plug. All right.
Hopefully I'm in the comments trolling.
Hopefully if you're not, you're missing an opportunity. Yes, Phil, man, you get all those like I only got like 2 because I was kind of like unprepared for the ultimate event. You know, I saw it coming like, it's okay, it's coming back. It was okay. I'll order 1 of each. You know, man, I wish I ordered more.
James, that's crazy. More. They've never done anything like that to me, James. But I do have that no bend packaging selected.
That's
crazy.
That is a fireable offense. I would want to punch somebody in the snout with a fucking fold in my.
I would. If that happened to me, I would hate them too.
You know, the bad thing about it, James, you contact them about it, they can say, they don't care. They don't care. Their shipping department does not give half of a fuck. You know, like, what are you going to do? You know, they really don't care. That's my problem with them. But I still do business with them if I have to. But only if I have to. So,
every month. My pre-order is getting smaller and small. It was only $66 this past month, which is really small. It's usually 100 plus.
Yeah. Well, you know, they had good points and their bad points. What do you got here? Star Wars, Catwoman.
Just like anything that big, they have people that like them. They have people. You can't be that big and not have people on both sides, you know.
I suppose, yeah.
You can't name someone that big that doesn't have people on both sides. Does Midtown have people on both sides? People hate
I've heard bad things about Midtown, but I've heard good things about Midtown. You're right. I mean, I've never actually bought anything from them. I don't think. I've almost bought some stuff from them, but I have not bought things from them yet.
Dynamite, they're stupid. Dynamite is what they are. They're dumb.
You bought Ashcan variants?
There's just various things that we all have to accept that comic book publishers and sellers do to sell more books, and they're going to continue to do them so long as we fall for it. And so by offering ash cans, it's a way for them to sell us more books. As long as we're willing to buy those, they're going to keep offering them. I don't buy ash cans, but I buy everything House of Slaughter, SIKTC. So I just, everything I want it. I'm a completionist when it comes to that. But I'm not going to be like that with anything else, damn it. That's how they get. That's how they get you.
The variants, like along with a few other things, just oversaturation with them. I love them, you know, but when you have 15 variants for like just an average book, that's just too damn much, you know. So yeah, I love variants, but when you make it too prevalent, it's not special anymore. You know, it's just like, oh, like you're saying, you know, you're just trying to get money out of me.
80s guy, that's crazy. You live right next to Midtown, but you're ordering across the country from T-Fall. You traitor.
Wow. 1 in 25 damage.
An 80s guy does not do public transportation with the peasants, it looks like.
Who was that 80s guy? We talking about T-Fall did that?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Man, you must have raised a stink because I was like,
maybe they didn't like your maybe they didn't like your tone, Lorenzo. You're
like my tone. I got a tone for him. God damn it. Yes, or they could just pack better and give half of a damn.
Janet, man, I wish that my wife was more like Janet. My wife is not a like that. She does not just take my side. In fact, she will go against me for shits and giggles.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's right. The point of ash cans is just be like a sample of the book, not to be, you know, like grab money. I mean, it should be, you know, regular price books. Many of them are. It was like $2, $3, whatever. And it was a sample of the book, you know. And sometimes if it blows up, it blows up. It doesn't. It's just a $2 book, you know. Yeah,
I like Atomic Avenue, but they're not. Dynamite says he buys from Atomic Empire. There's a site called Atomic Avenue, and it's independent sellers. But if you're looking for back issues, it's a really cool place to look for books. Atomic Avenue. I haven't bought on there for a while, but like I said, if you're looking for back issues, check that place out. It's fun. And they're all individual sellers. And a lot of the sellers will offer, like, if you spend $50, you get free shipping and stuff like that. So,
okay. All right. Next I want to take a look at is my guy here, Spider Boy. Spider Boy. I got to read those Spider Boy books I've got because I've been, I haven't, I've just been collecting them, knowing that he's going to be around for a while. I figure like, oh, this kid's here to stay, right? Spider Boy can apparently he can morph. Someone mentioned that on one of the streams a while back, a couple of days ago. I think a couple of weeks ago, I should say. He can actually. He's like the boy spider. I mean, he's actually, he can like grow legs and shit and fangs and all that other stuff. That's why he doesn't have webs yet. Maybe he hasn't hit puberty yet. When he gets webs, he'll be a full-grown spider. Maybe it's gonna be some kind of a, I don't know. They're gonna turn into something like Man Bat, like DC does with that character. So, but I think Spider Boy. I hope Dan Slott doesn't screw him up too bad because he's an okay writer, but he's not the greatest writer. I like to see him in the hands of like a Chip or somebody like that, or James T. I bet he could write the hell out of Spider Boy. And Miles is guest starring in this one.
That's about the only way I'll read it is if James writes it. I'm good otherwise.
I hear you. But I think that the boy is here to stay. I think he's here to stay. So this is Humberto Ramos.
I like that white cover. Whose white cover was that? That was
nice. This is the Humberto Ramos virgin cover of that one. This white one is Ethan Young. It's a Marvel 97 cover.
Oh, I've been seeing a lot of Ethan Young stuff. I just posted an Ethan Young cover. I forget what it was, but I've been seeing some Ethan Young stuff that I really like. That one, I like that one.
Yeah, this is nice. I'm telling you, man, this kid is, oh my God, it's like Madison Avenue marketable here. I mean, they don't mess this up. They got something. I invested in that damn 9.8. They better not mess him up.
It was the Ultimate Black Panther. It was the Black Panther 1 in 25. Ultimate Black Panther 1 in 25. That was the book that I posted of his. Sick.
Oh, Ethan. Okay.
Ethan
I've got that one. I got that one. I got that one. Yeah. I got that one. I bought that from Gabby's, and I bought the one for 15, one for 10 today from Danger Room. So support your local comic shop with their incentives. All right.
Yeah, I said no to the Ashcan, but I said yes to that 1 in 25. Let's go.
Say yes to the dress. All right. Let's see. All right. Firepower. Firepower was a thing that I think I got a couple of the first few issues, and it was all right. I mean, I know a lot of people loved it. Let's take a look at Firepower. Firepower number 30 is coming out. Firepower is a Robert Kirkman joint, and this is the last of this run right here. I don't know if it's going to be continuing or this is it for the whole series. But if you're into Firepower, like a lot of people were at the time, and a lot of people down here below are like lamenting its end. All good things must come to an end. Yeah, it's my favorite series. It was very much a happy family kind of a book, I think. It was very, those kind of things really don't resonate as much with me as they do with some other people. To each their own. But it was well written. But I just I had to cut some things, and this was one of the things. So if you're already into this, you already know what's coming out. It was delayed a while. It's been a minute since number 29 came out, but this is the last one right here. So Sky Point Firepower. Oh my God. Luke Cage Gang War. Is that not over yet? My goodness. I think I was sub to that. So I think I may have missed number 3. No great loss, I don't think. Apparently he's been unmasked. Oh my God. You know it's me, Luke Cage. I got you. Like we were talking about that, man. Edge of Spider-Verse, another good gore. This is like volume 4 of the Spider-Verse, or maybe 4 or 5, I guess, of Edge of Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I don't follow the comics. Excited for the movie, though.
I know you are. I know. Don't let Spider-Boy get into that Spider-Verse movie. Lord have mercy. Katie bar the door.
That'll be lit, won't it? Yeah, that'll be
Oh
crazy.
boy. Oh boy. I might have to flip a few copies. Save a new tab. Animal Pound's coming out next week. It's been a little bit delayed from my man Tom King. Animal Pound number 2. Wait and vote. My man. He's running for president now. All right, so this is the Tom King's new take on the Animal Farm legend. George Orwell just got it started, and Tom King is taking it and running with it, baby. So Animal Pound has been good so far, and I will continue to follow it. Oh, look at this cute. Isn't this cute right there? 1 for 20, 1 for 25.
I don't think it's 1 for 25 cute, bro.
I bet I can get this for less than ratio. Yeah. Well, you don't love cats, though, man. You know, this is
thanks. I love animals.
This is symbolic. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Later, John Stout. Thanks for hanging out, homie. Appreciate you.
Take care, John. Good to see you.
Fatty boom batty.
Those are the fall of X. That house has been. I know, right? Will it just fall already? Just show them your pre-orders. Oh, I guess that would be an option.
I always got a list for T-Fall, baby. It's always about 50 deep. Usually 50. About 50 deep.
I just, I end up checking like every week to see if I'm going to be missing anything, because if you don't, then you're probably going to miss something.
What I do is every Tuesday I have my FOC and chill show, and the audience never lets me talk about FOC, but in preparation for it, like I have to make the thumbnail and all these things, that's when I go through all of the books and decide what I'm going to pre-order before FOC. So even though I don't get ever talk about it on my show, I do the research for my show.
So it is in a sense FOC for you, but not for the rest of the audience.
Yeah, not for every, because anytime I try to bring, they're like, no FOC. Nobody wants to talk about FOC.
And I promise you, I will. I've been in the chat once. I'm pretty sure when you first started. I think I was in the chat once.
No, I know it's early for you. Don't stress. I'm just don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. But you do owe me at least one first appearance. I got a first appearance yesterday from Hialeah, Comic Bro, my homie. So I did get another first appearance last night. I will make another. Maybe in another year, we'll make another video for the next 40 first appearances.
That's awesome. All right, let's take a look at the Six Fingers. The Six Fingers is the companion series to the one that we just reviewed a few minutes ago. The one hand.
Space Case telling us who runs the household for him.
I'm as soon as I got my cats. Oh, that's right. I mean, cats you warmed it up for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's how they do.
I'm a dog person, but I kind of been because I don't want all the work of a dog. So I've been thinking about a cat because I don't.
Cats you don't have to walk cats. That's one good thing, and don't let your cat outside. I mean, a lot of people let their cats go outside and come back in and everything, but I don't think you should do that because there's a lot of predators out there. There's cars and shit like that. But I think domestic cats should be indoors because they were bred to be pets, man. I mean, they're not supposed to be that small. We fucking started breeding when making them small, and then these little domestic, cats. Now they're everywhere. We throwing them outside now. They can't defend themselves.
That is my baby boy. That's Dobbs. We spent 13 years together. He passed away. After 13 years together, he passed away in 2021. But I'm not ready to get another dog just yet. That was.
I know, man. I know. I mean, we've gone through that so many times. It's just like your heart just gets, you're never, unaffected by it. But it's just a thing that you have to go through, man. Being a pet owner, that's part of your life.
I learned a lot because I've been blessed to not really have loss like that. But so to spend 13 years with him and then to have him leave me, it was a big experience in my life. And the thing that I came away from it, and it's cheesy and cliche, but it's so true, is it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. So when I think about him and I get sad about it, I don't actually get, I make myself get happy about it, because that feeling, that thought of him is my love for him living on, even though he's gone. And that is a beautiful, good thing. And so instead of being sad about it, I really try to be happy about that time.
Yeah, I've gotten
Yellow Lab, my baby boy, shedded like a motherfucker. I don't miss the shedding. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
hair everywhere at all times.
Beagles, we had like at one point we had 3 beagles and 4 cats, and the beagles shit way more than the cats. The beagles shit like a mofo. So I think maybe next time you might get a groomable dog, like one of those Shih Tzu or something like that, or a poodle or something that doesn't shed. You have to take them to get groomed, which is a whole other can of worms, because grooming ain't cheap anymore. We have to probably learn how to groom. But
I had to do all my own. I don't.
Yeah.
Slut Hood. I've been known. Dynamite is a dog guy. To Shiba Ines. I'm not sure how to say that one. And Space and Kate. And I've been watching a lot of like existential stuff on Instagram. I really enjoy these reels that talk about space and like alternate realities and like how insignificant we are, but at the same time we're so significant, because our experience is what brings meaning to the universe, at least around here. Without us and our thoughts, there's no meaning to anything really. And so the loss and the love, that's what brings meaning to this experience. And I think that, and I've been thinking a lot about it. It's like the more I think about it, it's like I feel like we're sent here for those experiences, to learn what we can from those experiences and enjoy them as much as we can, because we're really lucky to live. Just to be living is like is super.
Sure.
We don't understand how unlikely it is. Our life is super unlikely.
All right,
I'm done.
Yeah, man, you put me in a special place here. Wow. All right, what else we want to take a look at here? 6 fingers, don't miss that. Alien, enough of the black, white, and blood. Enough of the this, that, and blood. We get it already. We get it. Okay, no more.
I think Alexa was the last one.
God.
He's like, I don't need any more of these.
No more pen and ink. No more pen and ink. No more black, white, and bloods. Okay, please, for the love of Pete, whoever he is, don't do it. Don't do it. Ronan, Unnatural Order. Unnatural Order should have been, should be getting more pub, because they practically gave us issue number 1, and it was pretty good. But I didn't even pick up issue number 2, because they gave us issue number 1. So I feel bad. I didn't support the thing after they gave us almost a free try on the series. Had you read that one? Did you read that one at all?
There's just Janet talks about dogs are great, but they're kids that never grow up. And that was the great thing about my Dobbs, is that he was 14 years old, but he was still a puppy. And that's the thing I miss most about my baby. He was such a puppy.
Man, I love cats. They're just a unique creature that, you got to have a love for them, and you don't, because they're not going to, treat you like a dog does. But dogs, man, dogs are just from God. Dogs are just the best fucking thing. The next thing next to a child is a dog, man. A dog is just the best fucking thing, because I've been fucked over by people of all races and creeds and sexes and genders. I've never been fucked over by a dog. Dogs are just the best, man. There are no bad dogs, just bad dog owners. A cat could care less. Kind of. They show their love in a different way.
Some cat, I've seen exceptions to that rule, but generally that is
they do. We have cats. I had Yo-Yo, my baby. He was so close to me. Janet had Zen, her cat, who would scratch her and do all the stuff to her, but she loved her. And they would, they loved each other. And cats, they showed love in a different way. They even fight amongst themselves. It's like that's how we roll, baby. The brothers fight. They just fight and they cool again. They're very territorial. But dogs, man, they're just the sweetest creatures ever. Cat plays fetch with bread ties. Yeah, man. I mean, and the thing about they're all very different. All these creatures have personalities just like we do. just like we do. And they, you can't expect one to be just like the one that, oh, I want to get this dog just like the other dog. Nope. It's going to be a dog, maybe look like it, but it's going to have a different personality. So let's be prepared for that. All right. Zorro, Man of the Dead, number 2. I can't wait to see what he does. My guy, who the hell is doing this again? I forget the guy. I'll find out in a second. Oh, Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy is doing Zorro, Man of the Dead. And I love Zorro, and I love Sean Murphy's art. But I got to figure out how Zorro is going to beat the cartel. I mean, it's I'm anxious for number 2 to see what
he brought swords to a gunfight. Did he?
Oh, did he? He brought swords to an AR fight with the cartel. So unless he's got some magic up his sleeve or something, I don't know what's going to happen with Zorro. It could be an ugly fight. Number 2 could be a 2-issue series, and that'd be it. So we'll find out what happens to Zorro in this issue here if you want to check it out. Blasphemous. This is one that snuck by me. Was this in the original Devil's Cut? I'm not sure. This is Merker and Dolfo. Talk about your naughty books. Her and Gary B should get together and write a naughty book or something. She can draw it for him. Yeah, this is from her. I mean, from her, you got this thick woman on the cover here. You know it's going to be something naughty, probably.
I like Merker.
Me too. It's a horror.
She's kind of sexy to me.
Sexy. She definitely, her work is definitely sexy.
I like her moles. They're sexy. I saw Kill Your Darlings today at Half Price Books, and I almost bought it. So I'm curious about Space Case's question too. Is that because that number 1 book had a dope cover? I loved the cover. I almost bought it just for that. What up, Joey T?
I did buy it. I did get that one, and I don't remember if I read all of them, but I did read that first one.
See, 80s guy, you asked me, hey, what would you do if you could go back in time and change anything? And the thing I would do is I would go back in time and say yes to the big women I said no to. I would say yes to all of them.
Oh,
every last one of them. Yes, I would like to. Let's do it.
Only you would say, gee, I wish I'd banged more big women back in the day that I passed up on.
I mean it with all
Only you.
I 1,000% mean it. What up, D'Artagnan? Good to see you, homie. I love women, and I'm not ashamed of it, Lorenzo. I'm not ashamed of it.
Hey, you don't need to be ashamed, man. But hey, whatever.
Man's got to know his limitations.
That's right. You got to know.
What series on Prime?
That's what I'm not sure. Which series is that? I mean, was it one that we were looking at before? Zorro? Is there a Zorro series on Prime? Ooh, I hope so. I may have missed that one. What's up, D'Artagnan? So you sneak in there.
What up, homie? Zorro. Okay, Zorro.
Really? I gotta look for that shit. Wow, a new Zorro series. Wow. See, some of the stuff is on Netflix, man. And sometimes Netflix doesn't get. I never had 10 when I got 5 twos. Netflix has so much stuff come up that sometimes they don't promote this stuff like they should. That's probably why some stuff gets not renewed. Plus, they hate to spend money on shows that are expensive as well. America. Oh, but this is a Stanley Art Germ variant of the thick chick, the Blasphemous. Wow. So wow, this is very cool. It is kind of expensive. I hear you talking. It's $9, but all those distillery books are giant size and $9 to $10. So you get what you pay for, but you gotta kick something else out of the budget if you want to get them. Sometimes like, well, I won't get this. You getting this one?
I'm getting it from Merker because Merker loves women like I love women.
Oh yeah, Merker is the writer and the interior artist. Yeah, she's an interior artist too, but she's got other people like and she's got a B cover here where she does 2 of the covers at least, and she's doing the story and the art. That's a busy woman too. She's got some stuff going on.
She's great. I my man Evil Comics, Mike over Evil's Comics, really loves Sweet Paprika from her, and I need to give that book a try.
You should
like it too.
You should. It's pretty funny and sexy, funny.
I like funny and I like sexy, as you know.
There you go. Let's see. We got the Nasty coming up. Nothing. The Nasty might be an ongoing series. I thought it'd be a limited, but maybe it's ongoing. Let's see, TMNT. That's the Source book. I don't know. They got something new coming up from them, but this is not it. And the Sickness. This may or may not be. The Sickness is going to go on to at least number 5. So yeah, the Sickness continues. Hopefully number 4 will be out next week. This has been a little late too. Rage by Vampirella. Oh my God. Invasive number 3. I got to read number 2 to see if I want to stick with this, because this is the one about the people that are addicted to surgery, and that could be something. That's the one thing for sure. It could be something. That's all I have to say about that. It could be something. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm both a fan of the size and not a fan of the size. I don't like the way that they're different in terms of storing them, and I have to buy special bags to take care of them. But I like reading them.
Yeah.
You know, the bigger book is nice to read. So I'm torn on it.
Yeah, they are wonderful to read, you know, and you got to kind of look at them as like trades. You know, they may be collectible, but you know, I just trades and stuff like that. I just read the floppies. I may put my gloves on and read it because I might want to sell them later. You know what I'm saying? So I'm that kind of guy. But I'm not OCD about the trades as I am about, you know, the floppies. I don't know if that's weird or not.
Yeah. And my LCS offers bag and board separate, so you can buy a bag and board separate. I forget, it was like 10 cents or 25 cents or something like that.
Buy 25 cents for the big one.
So,
yeah.
So I buy about 10
50
of them.
tops. For the magazine size, you might have to pay 50.
I know it's not 50. I think it's 25.
For the magazine size?
For a bag and a board for just one though. Just one.
Okay. All right. Well,
so $1 for 4. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
Yeah. That's super expensive to buy one Amazon. Oh, okay. All right, well, you want to avoid Amazon for some things.
Actually, I could use one too. I'm at the point where I have enough of them that I could use one.
Magazine box? Yeah.
For my favorite book in that format was probably Helen is Squared Sailor from Aftershock. That was probably my favorite one that was like that.
The only readable comics, really? Written by David Avalone. Is that the one that we got here? I just saw that.
Yeah, I don't buy Dynamite books. I've never bought one.
I just can't paint with a broad brush. Sometimes there's some good things.
No, I'm not saying bad things. I'm just saying I haven't personally ever bought one. I'm not saying they sell anything. Well, what they do has not hit for me yet. Like the cartoons and stuff, it hasn't hit for me.
Yeah, Sweetie Candy Vigilante was kind of amusing. I bought one of those because one of my artists, Josh, what's the name? Josh Howard. He did the cover for that one. I like the artist on this one too, Jack. This one, you know, I don't buy a lot of I buy sometimes for the photo cover because there's some cool photo covers of Elvira. Oh, okay. Like right here, there's a signed one. Okay, you can get a signed copy. Okay. No, it's the only readable. Okay, yeah, because a lot of them, like you're saying, Marcus, are not that great written. Even though not Rodney Barnes, but who wrote that?
I don't know. I'm not saying they're not great. I don't know if they're. I never.
Some are, but some of them are, you know, like I don't know what's up with Deja Thoris. You know, what's up with that? You know, I don't know. It's just a perfect example of a book that I know very much about. That looks like it's just like a TNA book, and there's not much else there. You know. Yeah. I bet maybe they're kind of like the ones that I got from like the guy that does Fearless Dawn, whose name escapes me right now. He's writing some very funny horror books, and they're cheesecakey, they're funny, and they're they're well drawn, and he writes and he draws it. So that's one of those things. Now I was wondering about Elvira. Now I just found out recently that I should have known this, being a trivia fan like myself, that Elvira she didn't steal Vampira's act, but the people that she worked for kind of like created Elvira to like have like a Vampira without having to pay Vampira. So it kind of like, it's not Elvira's fault that, she just took the gig, but it's one of those things that, Vampira got screwed out of a gig and Elvira went on to fame and fortune. But I was wondering how you horror heads might feel about that. If you hold that against Elvira or not. Discuss. All right. What do we got? Look, oh, good Lord Almighty. Look what time it's getting to be, y'all. It's time for the penultimate book. Let's get that going. It is time for the penultimate book. And this week, that book, y'all, is Cemetery Kids Don't Die. They just smell that way. So, Cemetery Kids Don't Die, which is like a combination of, I think, RPG and horror. So, let's check out the little thing that I made to talk about that shit. Where is it? Oh, here we go. It's coming up. Swear to God. It's in here somewhere. Oh, here we go. The 21st century sucks hard, but is made somewhat tolerable by the latest and greatest media innovations. Enter the Dreamwave, the first gaming console played entirely while you sleep. The obsession of millions around the globe is also the one point of solace for four friends known as the Cemetery Kids, who spend their nights roaming the endless maps of the most brutal horror game landscape ever created as they seek to dethrone the King of Sleep, the Dreamwave's biggest, baddest, and most mysterious boss. Which was fun until one of them doesn't wake up and finds their consciousness being locked inside a horror game that is anything but imaginary. Now, the three remaining Cemetery Kids must navigate a forbidden landscape to rescue their friend and pray that the secret lurking in their center doesn't follow them home. At the farthest edge of human perception, where science fiction and horror collide, experience 2024's most exhilarating, terrifying adventure. So I was working so hard yesterday, making all these damn videos. Yes, they should give me a commission. So Cemetery Kids, huh? Seems like it might be interesting. There's some nice artwork in there. The covers don't look terribly different, and it's Zach Thompson. That's the thing. That's what caught my eye too. Is that it's Zach Thompson written, and the artwork, that art that I found was pretty spot on. And it's a $4.99 book. Yeah, from Oni Press.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to order this online. My shop doesn't carry Oni. I'm seeing if it's even available here.
Yeah, see, I always try to catch everything. I mean, like we're talking about FOC, and you go to TFAW, I go to my comic shop, but sometimes they slip through the cracks, man, because of small press like Oni and things like that. But
number one is sold out. No number ones available.
Of course. Number one, pass. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome, Jack.
Yeah, by
Another
the time
one.
Lorenzo's talking about it, it's past FOC.
You know it. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. But many
Well, we're
times
just
I do.
always doing next week's books, and next week's books are way past
Yeah.
FOC.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. If I'm talking about it today and coming out next week, just pray you can get to the shop on time. That's all. That's your only hope then. Yes, Jack, thank you for sharing that information. Vampire was supposed to play a hand in shaping the Elvira character, and Vampire was dead against what she saw. And Malia Numuri, I hope I'm not messing that up, Vampire, was from Astoria, and Cassandra Peterson now lives in Portland. Yeah, that's it. All comes back to the PNW, baby. It's all about the PNW. Yeah, I know that there was some bad blood and some lawsuits involved in that, But Elvira, to her, she has taken it and ran with it, and she has had a great career, and she's still, posing in the buxom dress and the wig and making that money. So good for her.
Yeah, she is making that money.
All right, so coming on down the line here. See, we got the agent number 3. I read the agent, but I don't remember it being terribly memorable. I don't remember. Like, yeah, I read it, but it was okay. Cal Exit, yeah, one of these days, sure, right along with Let It Gasoline. Am I right? Am I right? All right, and Mom Breaks the Internet. It could be okay. The last book I want to take a look at is, I know Roman Ritual was supposed to be out a while back. I think we looked at it and it didn't come out. That's that foreign scout thing, or Scout Europe, I think, that they're pushing. It's having a little bit of a hard time in getting going. It is. So the last thing we want to take a look at. Do I pass it up already?
Space Gates, I'm gonna just get the trades on Beneath the Trees because I missed out on the whole thing as well. So I'm just gonna read the trades, but I'm definitely gonna read it.
Yeah, you should. You should absolutely do that. There's Life is an Open Door. Life is an Open Door from Critical Entertainment. Check that out, folks, if you can find it. It is a wonderful book. It's $4.99. Hopefully it'll be out next week. Let's take a look at Zor, number 1 for our final book here. Keen Spot. About the Keen Spot. Been trying to find the Keen Spot for years. All right, share this tab. All right. From the creators of Junior High Horrors and Kung Fu Legume comes a heartfelt story that reminds you of sometimes the grandest of stories happen in the tiniest of places. Mourning her mother's death, young Zoe Robertson is given a gift by her dad to always keep her mom close. However, as children do, she loses it down a sink drain. As she cries, her tears come to life and Zor is born. As Zora travels to find the ring, he makes new friends and must stop the evil Lady Hourglass. Boo, hiss. And all proceeds from cover C will be donated to children's cancer research. Okay. And that's Zora from Keen Spot. I never bought a Keen Spot book, but I like what the heart of this one is. So it seems very, very cool. And here's the cover C that will be donated. There's a B and there's a C. And all sales of this one will be donated to children's cancer research. From Keen Spot, writer Rob Potchak Jr. and artist Michael Adams.
Nice. Comics Curing Cancer coming back this year. Looking forward to that. Raised $51,000 for the American Cancer Society. A bunch of comic book nerds on the internet did. And it's an amazing event. If you guys aren't plugged into Comics Curing Cancer, definitely check it out on Instagram at Comics Curing Cancer, often referred to as C3, although there's a lot of C3 things out here. It seems
Yeah, they get mixed up with other stuff. Space Case, I would not recommend buying 5 if you hadn't read the first before that, unless you're going to I would recommend either waiting and buying us later prints. Those are more affordable, or just waiting for the trade like Marcus, because you need to read that number 1. You need to read that number 1 because that shit is it's got to be read from the start, and it's got to surprise you the way it surprised me. So I that's one of the best books. Is the best book of the year as far as I was concerned. But yeah, you got to take it in, from the start because it catches you off guard. That's the whole point of it. It just yeah, it's awesome. I recommend that to anyone who likes horror or just likes a damn good book because it's not even horror. It's like a murder mystery. It's a serial killer kind of a thing, but very well done.
Dynamite mentions The Crying Boy, which looks like an interesting horror book. So if you're looking for horror, you might check that one out. Crying Boy.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know what to think about Humbaba. There, he also mentions Humbaba, and I don't know what to think about this book.
Humbaba?
This is from Blood Moon Comics.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. I know we've already done the last one in penultimate book, but let's go back and check this out here. Since you brought it up,
Humbaba.
All right, I stopped sharing already. Let's just share the pages here.
Oh, it's your favorite. Dynamite says solo project. It is Ricky Sykes on the writing and artists.
Yeah, you know how I love those people that do everything, man. Where is that? Humbaba. Here we go. Share. All right. Deep in the bayou of Louisiana, our hero Phil, spelled with an F, after being manipulated by sinister forces, must redeem himself after inadvertently unleashing an unspeakable and dangerous mutant creature in an enchanted wildlife refuge. It's mayhem in the bayou with mutants, spirits, and cyborgs. It all mixes to create a gumbo of horror, comedy, and science fiction. So there you go. Written by Ricky Sykes. Yeah, Ricky Sykes. Written and drawn by Ricky Sykes. So, man. Blood Moon,
thanks
baby.
for that. Thanks for that book.
Thanks for the tip. I tell you, man, without the chat, where would we be? Yes, tall respect, Sledhead. Yeah, because they're doing it all. Yes. We do it all. That's right. And thanks for doing it all with us this week, man. This has been a blast. We're coming right up on the 2-hour mark on Valentine's Day. And I know some of y'all might have Valentine's stuff to do if you haven't done it already. So thanks for spending that time with us. I know that your time is very precious, and we appreciate the time you spend with us.
And who are we sponsored by? Before we go,
oh well, if you must know, we're sponsored by the Alternative City Shop, which is I have a promo for it right here.
I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City Shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you'll find pins and magnets that I call CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique.
That's right. Yeah, Mojo. You had Bubba Hotep. I haven't heard that in a while. Bubba Hotep is a very cool indie movie. If you haven't checked that out, it's worth a look. It's pretty trippy.
And if you like my shirt, I put the link in the chat, taylorwinder.com. Check it out. He's got a lot of cool nerd shirts in there. So
there you go. There you go. Well, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Be sure to check out Marcus on Instagram, where he is like killing them dead. I'm looking at his views like in the hundreds of thousands, if not millions. So this guy is.
I have like 3 reels right now with over 1 million views, and I've never done that. It's crazy. I'm blowing up right now, guys. Check me out. What's up?
Oh, I know, right?
I'm trying to be an influencer so everybody can hate me.
I know. Too late. They already do. That's not true. We love you, Marcus.
I don't know if 2024 is the year, but soon and for the rest of your life, buddy.
Yes.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon.
Someday
for
soon.
The rest of your life.
Well, I look forward to either you coming out here or me coming out there. We're meeting somewhere in the middle, man. That'd be awesome. Thanks to everybody who stopped by. I'm starting to do the Instagram thing now. My arm's almost better now, so I'm gonna be posting more drawing stuff. And yeah, this is it. I mean, other than that, we'll see you back at the same spot next week at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thanks for stopping by. We love all of you, and we will see you next time. Take care. Peace.
We love you, Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver!